That's good right there. Just hold on.
Sir, could you raise your right hand?
I don't know if this is Mr. Hashem.
I believe this is Mr. Hashem, but I believe it was the witness who, Hashem is the defendant on the case, but it was the witness who needed the interpreter.
For this gentleman. Little bit like here for them.
Sir, do you promise to tell the truth?
I promise I will tell the truth.
All right, so you can have a seat in the box.
He wants me to raise my voice because of this.
Okay,
Because I don't hear good.
so. Abdul, sir, there's gonna be an interpreter in this case, and I know you can speak English. But please wait till the answer or the question is translated to Arabic before you answer. If you can answer in Arabic, Ms. Rahal will then translate it, and that'll keep a clean record for us, okay?
Will smata preparation the wooden foot, the steps with the chin. I think the chair.
All right, Mr. Kirker, your witness.
Good afternoon. Could you please restate your name for the record?
I just makakinas.
Aliyah, last name could do KDOUH.
And I want to take you back to the date of May 9, 2022. Do you remember that day?
Do you ذكرت بشهر 50 يوم 9 22 is that correct? Now?
Now,
Yes.
Were you at or near the location of 6736 Memorial Street?
كنت في هالمكان أو كنت قريب لهالمكان 67 Memorial Shana.
can delay.
Yes, I was at my home. That's my home.
Just to clarify, that is your home address?
Beta, yes, Alan. Beta, Keda. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
And is that in the city of Detroit, county of Wayne?
وهيدا بمدينة ديترويت مقاطعة وين. Yes.
And did something happen on this date that brings you into court today?
في شيء حصل هالنهار حتى أنت موجود هون بالمحكمة. Yes.
And what happened on that day?
شو صار؟
Delay.
I was at my house. This- This person, his name is Yipak.
The dear could,
He said, I want to eat.
I'll have the pizza.
I ordered a pizza. I went, and picked it up and came back home. He came, he ate.
And
I told him, lock the door behind you because now I want to sleep.
Judge, at this time, I would ask that the court would instruct the witness to speak English. He can speak English. Has had a private conversation with the prosecutor. The interpreter was outside in the hallway not with me, but sitting down from me. So I'm quite sure the man that's on the witness stand can speak English where I can hear what's coming out of his mouth. And if the court, I know there's been times that the court and I could not understand him when we first started it, and that's how come the court got an interpreter. But I would ask that the court would instruct him to speak English.
Objection is overruled. Keep going, Mr. Kirker.
I don't speak English, I understand English.
Don't worry about it, sir. We're past that.
Just to take you back, you said this person. Is there a person that you encountered on this day in the courtroom today?
انت بنرجع لورا شوي، انت قلت هيدا الشخص، في شخص هيدا اللي انت شفته ورا بهالتاريخ هيك؟ Yes.
Could you please point out that person and identify an article of clothing that they are wearing?
دلنا عليه بإصبعك وقلنا شو لابس.
الشاب اللي عرف وقدر كذا وتحمل سورة.
That young man that's over there that's wearing a jacket and a black shirt under it.
And Your Honor, just to let the record reflect, the witness was pointing at the defendant.
It will reflect.
And when did you first see this individual, or when did you first see the defendant on this day?
أنت أول ما شفته المتهم عليه التاريخ. Would you repeat what you just said?
Sure. I just want to clarify the record. When did you first see the defendant on this day?
اليوم شرفا في يوم السبت. أنت أول ما شفته. Was daytime? In the daytime, I have a motorcycle. And he has young men, his friends. And we were all in the street that day.
Objection. Relevant, Your Honor.
Oh, go ahead, keep going.
Playing with our bikes, riding our bikes.
And how do you know the defendant?
One piece of baffle. He's my neighbor.
How long has he been your neighbor?
A day, John. I've been in that house for 7 years.
Has the defendant lived near you this whole time?
كل هالوقت كان ساكن قريب لنا. Yes, but I don't see him a lot.
And at any point did you invite the defendant into your home that day?
يوم السبت أنت عزمته على بيتك? No, I didn't invite him. He came, he knocked on my door. Because when I was done playing with the motorcycle, I said, I'm going in to eat. He came in, knocked on the door, and I was sleeping. I was asleep. I got up, I opened the door. He came in, he said, I want to eat.
Objection. Your Honor, at this time, this is being conducted in the narrative, and there should be question and answer.
Overruled, this is answering the question exactly. Keep going, Mr. Curtis.
I opened the door. Okay. He came in, he said, I'm hungry. I said, okay. I ordered a pizza and I went to pick up the pizza. He wasn't in the house when I went to pick up the pizza. He was outside of the house.
Did he come back to the house for pizza?
I then رجع على البيت للبيتزا. Oh yes, when he saw me coming back, he came in, he ate the pizza, and he was on his way out, and I told him, I want to sleep, lock the door behind you.
And was there anyone else in the apartment at this time?
بهالوقت في أي شخص تاني في قلب الشقة. It was me, I have another friend, but he was asleep.
And did you see the defendants leave the home?
وأنت شفته ترك البيت.
أنا ماني في أنا حاول مثلا.
While I was still awake, yet I saw him leave. He pretended that he locked the door and he left.
And what happened after the defendants left?
وبعد ما راح المتهم شو حصل؟
أنا نمت أنا في نص البيت تعرف البيت.
After he left, I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and I found them in front of me. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm looking for my car keys."
And when you say him, are you referring to the defendant?
لما بتقول هو معناتها المتهم؟ Yes.
And what happened next?
بعدين شو صار؟ I told him you didn't bring your keys here with you. So then he wanted to argue. My friend woke up and stood between us because he was attempting to hit me.
And was there any physical altercation?
بعدين صار في جسديا. We pushed each other. My friend came, stood in the middle, took him and put him outside.
And did the defendants leave after that?
والمتهم ترك بعد كلمة. Yes, he did leave.
And did you notice anything about the apartment after the defendant left?
وبعد ما راح المتهم انتبهت شيء بالشقة. I did notice because I went into my bedroom and I looked on the dresser and there was a mango sitting on the dresser. And me, I don't eat mangoes.
And did you notice anything else about the apartment after seeing this mango?
بعد ما شفت المانجو انتبهت شيء ثاني. But the medicine was not there. And I smoked weed and he stole my weed.
I just want to clarify what medicine are you referring to?
Xanax.
And where was the Xanax located? in the
وين
apartment?
كان موجود الزانكس؟ Under the table.
And by the table, what do you mean by that?
يعني حوالي أي شو There's a table that I sit down and I eat on, and it has a shelf under it, and that's where I put my stuff.
And what room of the home is this table in?
هيدا الطاولة بأي living room.
And again, after seeing the mango, did you notice anything else was missing from the apartment?
هو المعيد مرة ثانية بعد ما شفت ما يكون شبه شيء ثاني رايح من الشقة. Yes, I have two silver chains. One of them has my daughter's name on it, and the other one has my son's name. And I had a lighter that's from my grandfather, and it's gold plated.
And where were these items located in the apartment?
وهدول وين كانوا موجودين in the drawer in the bedroom. The mango was right here on the drawer, and on top of the drawer, that was beneath the mango was the drawer.
And when was the last time you saw these items?
آخر مرة شفت الغلاف Saturday, the day before he entered my house.
And by he, you mean the defendants?
يعني بتقول هو يعني المتهم. Yes.
And what is the value of those items?
شو سبب I was given an offer for the lighter, $500,
3,500.
3,500?
Objection. Your Honor. Do you need me to place these, the reason for the objection?
Yes.
Judge, the prosecutor asked him the value of it. He should be able to give the value if he personally knows the value. What it sounds like he's about to state is what somebody was going to pay him, buy it for, based upon a conversation that we can't even get into. And not even knowing if the conversation that he had with this person is the same items that he's referring to.
So the objection to hearsay?
Hearsay, no foundation, Judge. There's no way to verify what he's talking about. On top of that, Judge, it just,
I was just giving the price.
Judge, I would have,
I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis, because we got an interpreter, you gotta let everybody talk. And I'll let you respond, and I'll make my appropriate response.
okay,
Including Mr. Kirker, he's got a response here as well. But Mr. Rahal has to be able to translate what Mr. Kojo is saying, and we can't talk over each other while this is happening.
Right.
So just hold tight for a second. Let him respond, and then I'll let you respond. I'm not gonna do this before Mr. Rahal finishes what she was saying.
okay, Judge,
So, like I said, I'm not gonna let you respond until Ms. Rahal finishes saying what she was gonna say.
All I do. The price was given to me, not because of the value of it. The price was given to me from my uncle, so he could have the lighter from his father, which would be my grandfather.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kirker, do you have a response?
Just simply that the witness can testify to the value of an item based on his own knowledge of it. He can give an estimate of the price.
And Mr. Lewis, do you want me to make a ruling, or do you have something else that you want to say before I make this ruling?
Judge, I have nothing else, Judge. I respect it.
Okay, the objection is sustained due to hearsay. I don't need to hear a value of this. Go ahead, Mr. Kirker.
When you realized that the items were missing, what did you do?
طيب لما انت عرفت انه I went and rewind the camera to see who entered my home, to see if it was him that entered the house. I called his father. I showed the father the cameras. The His father told me, call
Michelle, I didn't tell my wife, young man, I look my friend, then I
the police. Because this is the third time he's done this to me. The first two times I forgave him.
That weekend, on the young man, he said, and there, who I do, how you do, he said, and it, one will get the one, another department.
Well, 3 days ago, even though the judge said he's not allowed. to-
Objection, Your Honor. As to relevance and it's like you said, it's gonna be hard with the interpreter, but he's talking about, he's answered the question, and now he's talking about something else that's a question that doesn't have to do with the question whatsoever.
Because the objection is sustained.
Thank you.
Kirker, go ahead.
And what cameras are you referring to?
A mí se me sigue que me-
The double room and
The camera that I have inside my home, in my living room, I have a camera.
Your Honor, at this time, the people would like to show / play some of the said surveillance video, which will be people's proposed exhibit 1.
You could play a little bit of the video, but you're gonna have to lay a foundation if you want to admit this exhibit.
Yeah, just play a few seconds so that the witness can testify to what the video is.
Judge, I don't have I don't have an objection to it being played. I do have an objection to the entire footage not being played. Because in situations like this, the entire footage should be played to the jurors. I know you said, I heard you, Judge, when you said just play a small portion of it, but I am asking the court, I am begging the court.
Well, Mr. Lewis, I'm gonna say this. If you have stuff that you wanna show me, and this is an exhibit that, and I'm assuming through discovery, we have this same exact video. If you have something that you want me to see, I'll look at that as well.
And Judge, that's why I'm saying we don't.
If it's an exhibit, I'll look at everything that's entailed. I wouldn't cut it short.
Okay, that's why I'm just saying play the entire thing.
How long is the entire thing?
It's,
The video is 1 hour and 13.
yes, 113.
Okay. Are there specific things that you want me to see in that hour and 13 minutes?
No judges.
And first of all, we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is not even admitted as an exhibit yet.
Well, Judge, I'm not going to have an objection to it whatsoever. I just want the whole thing played that the prosecutor has, because that's all that I
So let
have.
me do this. You don't have an objection. Now admit this is People's Exhibit A. It's 1 hour and 13 minutes. You want me to watch the whole video, and I'm gonna watch that. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Kirker, for this witness outside of me watching this video?
I have some questions related to the video, if you would like me to ask those questions.
Sure. If you need me to see that portion,
Yes.
let's do
I would-
that. And Mr. Lewis, I'm gonna give you that same privilege. You know, if there are questions specifically as to the totality or specific instances in that video that I watched. But I'm gonna get done with this witness today. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing before I get rid, Mr. Cujo's testimony. So then I'll watch the whole video before I make my determination.
I just want to know. Should I take it?
No, Mr. Kirkle, show what you need to show, and then we'll continue, the video is authenticated. If there's a portion that you need to show the witness, you can, but if not, then, just ask them the question.
There are a few portions that I would like to show the
Okay.
witness.
Bring it up, Sean, and we'll take it from there. Mr. Lewis, you can come up too.
No audio, so some of these questions. And just for the record, I'm beginning to play from 14 minutes, 55 seconds. For the record, I'm pausing at 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Who was present in this video?
One leg up here, this leg up. This leg, one here.
Here, sorry.
I just heard English and I can understand.
Okay, just, you can answer it there.
Say it. Sean,
هيدا صديقي
there's my,
عزيز على الصديق عندي انا وهيدا انا وهيدا هو اللي ماشي على البيت وصلاته بالماء.
that person here, Dilonade, is my friend. And then there is me, and this is the defendant.
And what are you doing in this video?
John Salmon.
أكلت وطلعت تعبان.
I ate and I was tired and I laid down.
And just for clarifying, is this where you told the defendants to lock up when he was done?
Objection, leave.
No, go ahead.
And she asked Connie what to do to the second bedroom. I said, yes.
Just for the record, I'm restarting the video from 29 minutes, 34 seconds. For the record, I'm pausing at 30 minutes, 45 seconds. Oh. What is this table?
She is telling me.
هيدي الفترة.
That's This is the table I was saying that I put my food on, and what he took from.
Stop. I don't need to hear anything about what he did in that video. Video speaks for itself. Describe things as to what they are, but I don't know the actions. I see the actions. Go ahead, Mr.
Oh, shoot him.
What items are located underneath the table?
That dollar should be about two, and my now and my medicine.
And what medicine is located under the table?
I don't, and
And was this one of the items that was missing?
they wanted him in the land to be a couple. He took 18 pills.
For the record, I'm starting the video again at 51 minutes, 40 seconds.
Read the way.
Could you explain where does this entrance lead to?
Kind of, that's the way that was, and then shoot, bathroom, that's the bedroom door.
And just to clarify, which door is the bedroom door?
لا نوضح أي باب الغرفة المنام. That one that he just entered into is the bedroom door. He right now is in the bedroom.
And Your Honor, just for the record, to reflect, the defendant just entered the left-sided door.
From the screen that we're watching on this laptop, it looks like the angle, top left corner of the laptop side. Sure.
And where does this door lead to on the right?
والباب اللي على اليمين لو وين بتوصل؟ That one I told you was for the bedroom. If you went to that other door, it's into another bedroom that I have and leads to the kitchen.
And did the defendant have permission to enter your bedroom?
عنده إذن منك يدخل على أوضة منامك؟ No.
Did the defendant have permission to take anything from your bedroom?
عنده إذن منك ياخذ أي شيء من غرفة المنام؟
لا.
No.
For the record, I'm restarting playing at 55 minutes, 0 seconds. For the record, I'm pausing the video at 57 minutes, 29 seconds. What is that door that the defendant just walked out?
Take the buffet and down into your bed. That's the entrance of the house. Door.
For the record, I'm restarting the video at 1 hour, 9 minutes, 31 seconds. Expert on pausing the video at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 14 seconds. Does the defendant have permission to re-enter your home?
Can I do isn't you trying to later to the house? No,
Can you describe what the defendant was doing in this video?
if to some, you can have the other, and down the video, and that, yeah.
Objection.
I don't even know what the defendant was doing in the video. He can't describe it. I saw it.
Right.
No,
Okay.
does the defendant have permission to enter your bedroom?
Can I do isn't that المفتاح يدخل على غرفة المنام؟ No.
And were there items missing from your bedroom?
كان في أشياء مفقود من غرفة المنام مفقودين. What I told you about are missing. Oh,
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, whenever you're ready.
Mr. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up. Kada?
Kadu,
Kadu. Mr. Kadu. The name of the person that was in your house with you and my client.
الشخص اللي ببيتك اللي كان معك هو بيكون إنه وكلني شو اسمه؟ You mean the person that was sleeping?
Yes, the person that was sleeping, that was in the home at the same time that my client and him was in the home together.
لا ايه بده اسم الشخص اللي كان نايم موسى.
I asked for his name. I didn't ask for the first name. I asked for his name.
اسمه بالكامل مش اسمه الأولاني. His name is Musa Kareem.
Now, what time did he arrive at your home on that day? If you know.
أي ساعة وصل عندك هو موسى؟ إذا كان. I can't remember exactly the time.
And do you still have the video footage of that entire day that would depict him arriving at your home?
عندك الفيديو يلي بيبين إنه هو داخل على بيتك هذا الشخص اللي عم يسألك عنه. You're asking me if I have the video when Musa came to my house. I don't think I do. I believe it went out of the system. My system holds 3 funds.
And so you did not keep all of the recording from that entire day.
يعني أنت ما بقيت وكل التسجيل المرة بالكامل. Say that again. I'll repeat it. عم بقول أنت ما خليت ولا شيء من الفيديو اللي هالنهار كله ما حفظت عليهم. I didn't think that I would need them because what it showed in the video just showed who took my stuff.
Judge, would you instruct the witness to answer my question?
I think he did.
My question was, did he keep the entire recording from that day.
And I heard that the video records up to 3 months, so no, it doesn't have the rest of it. That's what I took from it.
I'll move on from there then, Judge.
Okay.
Now, sir, when the police arrived, did the police ask for the recording for the entire day?
لما وصل الشرطي سيد طلبوا منك تجي للمحل بالكامل الشرطي. What happened is when the police came, I was there with Luca, and I showed them in the camera what happened and who took it, and the police saw that in the camera, and then they sent someone to get a copy of it, and then they left.
And do you know if they took the recording of the entire day with them or not?
إلى فعلا إذا أخذوا كل تسجيل النهار ولا لا. I don't know.
Oh, now, you testified, and it's in the police report that you said you went to get pizza.
أنت شهدت وموجود بالتقرير إنه أنت رحت تجيب البيتزا؟ ها؟ Yes, I was.
Okay, now, isn't it true that you and my client went to get pizza together?
مش صحيح الكلام. أنت واللي وكلني رحتوا بتجيب البيتزا. No. I went by myself. I wanted to send him, but I didn't have the cash on me for him to go, and I don't trust him to give him my credit card. For that reason, I went and I charged it on my credit card.
Now, isn't it true that my client has come into your house, leave your house at any time that you're there, and he doesn't have to have permission from you?
Sarah. Sarah.
مش كلام صحيح إنه اللي وكلني بفوت وبيظهر على بيتك وما ضروري ياخذ إذن منك. مش مضبوط هالكلام. That's not true.
Okay. Isn't it true that you have come home and found my client in your home with Mr. Kareem?
مش صحيح الكلام إنه أنت راجع على بيتك وشفته ببيتك مع سيد كريم. That's not true.
Now, this mango that you said you found in your bedroom, you found that mango on top of your dresser, is that correct?
صح الكلام المانجو اللي لقيته عند السوار فوق قاعد عند السوار. Yes, because he's the one, when he came in to my house, he had a mango with him. And so when I saw it on the dresser, I was for sure knew it was him.
And do you have the recording of him coming into your home with the mango?
عندك تجيب يبين انه هو حامل المانجو. See, See if it shows in those cameras.
Have you watched do you still have any portion of the video footage that you allowed the police officers to record?
But under video. And to see the how to get it, it's about should they.
I didn't care.
I don't have anything, the cameras say take only 3 months. Oh, 3 months.
You did not separately record the footage onto anything else after the police had come to your home.
بعد ما اجوا الشرطة لعندك على البيت انت ما صورت اي شيء من هالفيديو؟ No, I didn't, because I figured the police had it, so the police would take it.
You stated that you talked to my client's father. Would that be the same day of this incident?
انت حكيت مع الموكلني والده نفس النهار اللي حصلت هالشيء حكيت معه؟ That what happened at night. So the next day in the daytime, I brought the father over to my house and I asked him to view the cameras.
And at the time that he was viewing the footage, was your camera still recording my client's father being in your home?
And what يلي انت رحت جبت والده عشان يشوف الشيء كان عم بيسجل والده كمان؟ His father was just looking at what his son did.
That was not my question. My question, would you please repeat the question, George?
Yes. عم يسألك إذا كانت الجين ماشي لما تبات بيه على بيه. Yes, it was. It was. Yes, of course. It was recorded.
Did he provide and what day?
Are you ready?
Pardon?
I was telling him one thing.
How many days later did the police come to his home to record the footage off of his system?
بعد كم يوم اجى الشرطي ليسجلوا؟ لحظة. The same day that I was showing the father when he told me to call the police, I called the police and the police came. And the police came several times. And then he started to say something about 3 weeks later.
Really?
I don't know, I asked him.
How many times did the police come to his home about this incident?
كم مرة اجوا لعندك الشرطة مشان هالحادثة؟ 3 to 4 times.
Was the police always dressed in the police uniform each time they came?
كل ما اجى الشرطي كان لابس ثياب شرطية. The last time, 2 detectives came.
So on the third or the fourth time, there were 2 detectives, correct?
يعني الثالث أو الرابع كان في تحري 2 صح؟ Okay, لحظة. The last time they came, 2 detectives came. Before that, an investigator came. And then he came to investigate the video. Okay.
was the investigator in a police uniform?
لابس جيب شرطي المحقق.
Right?
He had a badge, and he's pointing to his waist. An investigator do not wear uniform.
And just like a request, yeah, okay. They were like, undercover.
That was English.
Did the investigator leave a card with him?
That will cut my feel the thing.
Yeah, undercover.
Yes, he did leave a card. I mean, I don't know what I did.
Did the investigator bring equipment to record the footage at that time?
جابوا غلط من شان يسجلوا التسجيل وقتها محقق. Yes, they put the check and.
Is he saying the investigator recorded the footage?
يعني المحقق كان يسجل كل شيء.
They don't ask it for probably investigation, probably undercover. I don't even know. I know investigation for their case. Whatever happened, they come to, they find out what happened.
I don't know if he's an investigator, if he's an undercover. They said they are here for the case. To find out what happened.
Would you please repeat the question to?
No, move on, Mr. Lewis. What are we doing here?
What are we doing? Judge, I'm trying to find out. He's saying 3 or 4 times, police officers came to the home. I'm trying to determine if they were all in uniform, that they would have body cameras because.
So you asked them if they were all in uniform, they were all or not. He indicated the last time they were not in uniform. If you're asking specific questions about body cams, ask those questions. I'm not gonna repeat this question another time for the same answer. Ask something more specific if you want a more specific answer.
All right, Judge, I apologize. Sir, when you told the police officers what was taken from your home, did you tell that to the police officer the first time, second time, third time, or the 4th time?
سيد لما قلت بالشرطية شو اتخذ من البيت قلت لهم اياه أول مرة إجوا عندك ثاني مرة ثالث مرة أو رابع. Every time they came to my house, they would ask me what was missing from your home, and I would answer.
Last time.
Okay,
Not that, مش متذكر the investigation, they hold this name of the issue. سألوني أو مثلا مش متذكر.
But I can tell you, memory wise, in regards to the last 2 detectives that came, I can't remember if they asked me that question, but all the others did.
have you ever shared your Xanax pills with my client before?
She mother يعني مع بعض دواء زانكس هو أعتقد دقيق يعني.
No. مرة خمسة. كان يعتبر من كان يعتبر من.
He's stolen them twice from me in the past. And 2 days ago, he came to apologize.
Would you ask him, please repeat the question to him, ma'am?
Well, you asked them,
Has
have
he
you
ever
shared your Xanax pills before? He started the answer saying no. He's stolen my Xanax pill 2 times before.
I didn't hear her say no, Your Honor.
I did, but
Oh,
you can ask the question again.
Okay, well, as long as you heard it, then it's recorded, Judge. I take your word. have you and my client shared marijuana, smoked marijuana together?
أنتوا بتاخدوا الحشيش مع بعضكم الماريجوانا؟
الصيفية بتبقى برا اللي بيدخل معاه. يعني يشوفوا من يدخل معاه ولا بيعبر
He would come and sit with me on the porch and ask for me to give him some, and we would smoke in the summer.
Isn't it true that you told his father that you only had a bracelet that was missing?
صح الكلام، مش صحيح الكلام، أنت قلت لبيه إنه بس سرق لك إسوارات. I told his father, your son entered my home and he stole my home. He told me, call the police. Because his father is tired from me.
Objection, Your Honor, there's no question before.
Sir, don't ask a question if nothing's answered.
My jail whatsoever.
Well, don't answer a question that's asked. I think you figured it out before I did.
What time was it when you woke up, sir?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. There would be. You state that your Xanax pills was up under the table. That was in the video, correct?
And the damage, tell you, I don't. The video. Yes,
Okay. And so there would have been footage of you finding your Xanax pills and counting them out, correct?
لكن بيكون في تسجيل انت عملت عدة ايضا وعملت عدة. Because I found the bottle open.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive. Please repeat your question to him.
Oh, boy, stop 1 second. Your question is, footage of, counting out Xanax pills?
Right, because he claims in his direct testimony that 18 of them was taken. So I'm asking him, since he has his living room under surveillance 24 hours, then that's how come I posed the question to him, that there would be footage of you counting out your Xanax pills to determine that 18 of them was missing.
Okay. I think you explaining the answer to me is the better question to ask. So ask it, just ask it like that, and I think you'll get the answer that you want.
Okay. I'm teacher. Gotta do it now,
I remember, I did.
Okay.
Oh, man.
عم بيقول مازال انت عم تعدل الحقوق. في فيديو عم تسجلك انت gira, mi serve che il giorno per don
No, this, ma le cose ne deve non si dia, tu sai che non tu sai che ma le cose
after the police came, I didn't count them till after the police came and left.
I called the police, I called the police, I told them to everything but me. And I called.
When I called the police, I made sure everything was missing and I counted them, no.
I couldn't hear what you said, ma'am.
I'm repeating what he said.
Right, I know you're doing that, but I couldn't hear what you just stated.
He said, I called the police. After the police left, I was trying to figure out what was missing. And I counted the pills. I don't know where I counted it. No.
So when the police arrived, he did not tell the police that Xanax pills were missing now.
لكن بس مش الشرطي ما تقدر الشرطي.
Well, no, should be two or should be. The only should is with
Yes, I did tell the police, but the police wanted to know what else was stolen.
Okay.
So I was counting that.
I just have a know.
Did you understand him to say that he was counting the pills while the police was there?
He just said, after, well, we were waiting, he just said, I counted them before the police came.
Okay. You did not stop your video camera from recording from the time that you woke up until the time that the police left. Would that be true?
صح الكلام، أنت ما وقت اللي فات النهار أنت ما وقفت التسجيل من حتى ما وصل المنطقة لوصل الشرطي ولا راح الشرطي. Huh? No, I didn't stop it. I don't stop it. I don't stop the recording.
Okay. Do you know how much of the recording did the police copy and take with them?
تعرف قد إيه من التسجيل الشرطي أخذ معه؟ The police took what was necessary for him to have. What wasn't necessary, he didn't take.
Did you observe what the police recorded and took with them?
أنت شفت شو أخذ الشرطي بعيونه؟ When the police put the chip in the DVR, what he took, what they didn't take, I don't know.
When my client came to your home, he was not invited to your home on this particular day?
هل اليوم اللي اجى وكلني على بيتك وما كان معلوم؟ No.
Did he knock on the door to be let into the home?
دق على الباب ليفوت. He knocked on the door to say, I want to eat.
And who unlocked the door to let him into the home?
Me got the home. I did.
So you did invite my client into your home then?
Arreglando, a ver,
Así que dije,
hoy, yo we wanted to eat.
Nadie, hablar de vida, no,
Me, I already waking up, so I ordered pizza, we both ate.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kirk, do you have any other questions?
Did the defendant have permission to enter the home when you order the pizza?
Can I do, isn't it, they, yeah, I love the pizza. Okay. Where he came and knocked on my door and said, I'm hungry. I said, okay, I will order pizza. I can't refuse, I don't want him to come to my home. But I can't refuse anyone that says they're thirsty or they're hungry.
Mr. Kirk, do you have any questions that's not going over testimony that we already had?
Just about the reentry later on this evening. I don't know if
I'm
that's.
not going back.
Okay. No further questions. No.
All right.
You can step down, sir.
Can I say one thing?
You got a copy. Okay.
I just don't want to hear my crap.
I don't need it.
Okay, how's that?
You can step down, sir.
I leave your honor?
Hold tight.
Okay.
Let's see. 1 second. All right, Mr. Kirk, do you have another witness?
No further witnesses from the people, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, do you have any witnesses or other evidence to produce?
And need to find out if this is the OIC.
Yes.
Okay, Judge, you're fine. I'll just have it.
Stevens.
Thank you so much, Judge, for your afternoon.
Judge, gonna call it OIC Detective Bogoslowski.
Okay, do you have any
And I
intention
know
of
I'm not
calling
pronouncing it
officer?
right.
Sorry, do you have any intention of calling Mr. Gadul back?
It really depends upon what he says.
Okay, it's okay. I'm just trying to, I'm
Right.
trying to figure out if you Ms. Rahal. So Ms. Rahal, you gotta stay put for a moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, you can call you next week. All right, sir, could you state your name for the record?
Yes, Stephen Boguslawski.
Okay, sir, could you raise your right hand? Do you promise to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You have a seat in the box. All right, Mr. Lewis, whenever you're ready.
Detective Bogoslowski, would you state your position at the time of this incident in your employment?
Detective with the Detroit Police Department.
And when exactly does your records reflect this incident happen?
I have to refer to the,
Yes,
the
go
report.
ahead.
Police report stated was dated on 05/09/2022.
And did you go to this location to investigate anything?
Yes.
Okay, and tell the judge, what was your reason for going to this location?
Review video. Preview video.
Did you, by chance, record the conversation that you had with the owner of the home, Mr. Cordova?
No,
Okay. Did you have him to write any statement at that time?
not at that time.
Had he written a statement prior to your arrival there on the day that you went there?
That just what information he had given to the officers.
Okay, and the date that you went there was when?
I cannot recall the exact date.
Does your report reflect that?
I can look, but I don't know.
Yes.
It doesn't state what day I went.
Now, you've been in the courtroom to hear the complainant's testimony, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Did you take any notes on the day that you went to the complainant's home?
I may have, but they're not in they're not in here.
And and what you're saying is that they're not in the documentation that you have with you today, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And those notes are still accessible, correct?
This was in the last year. I honestly can't recall.
You have the complete police jacket with you. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay, so if any notes was taken by you, they would be in the documentation that you have today. Would that be a fair statement?
Are you referring to the investigation report?
No, I'm referring to any notes that you had taken on the day that you visited the complainant's home.
Like handwritten notes?
Handwritten notes, anything that you would have produced after your visit to the home.
I don't have anything in there.
Okay, so all that you have is in the police jacket that you have with you today, right?
Yes.
Now, do you recall having a conversation with the complainant on the day that you went to the home?
Yes.
And did you make any notes about that conversation?
If anything, it would be with my case notes at work,
Okay,
regarding the case.
okay, so the case notes are not in the police jacket, fair statement?
Correct. They're with the case.
Do you know how many police officers went to the home before you went to the home?
No,
Do you know how many times police officers went to the home after you went to the home?
no,
You informed me that you reviewed the video and you directed someone else to go to the home and record the video, correct?
yes, yes.
Okay. Who was the person or persons that you directed to go to the home to record the video?
Let me see if it's in here. Does it state? Hold on a second. Doesn't state, sir. Hold on. No, it doesn't state. Doesn't state, sir.
Okay. So would your case notes indicate the month, date, and the year that you went to the home?
Yeah. But again, I don't have that on me.
Right, you don't have that on you. Would your case notes state who you directed to go to the home to record the footage also?
It should, yes.
Would your case notes also reflect who went to the home prior to you going to the home?
No,
Would your case notes reflect anything about the responding police car that arrived at the home on the day of the 911 call?
Right now, I can't recall what all my case notes are. So I can't give you specific answer to the questions. Without actually reviewing my notes, I can't say, yes, this, who was there before, who was there after, I can't give you names. So I don't want to give you false information without me reviewing my case notes.
Do you remember any of the conversation that you had with the complainant when you went to the home?
No, that was so long ago.
And it's not in the documentation that you have there in the police jacket?
The conversation that I had was a statement that was taken from him. But when I was at his house, I do not remember the conversation.
And the statement that was taken from him, does it indicate that that statement was taken by you or someone else?
I have to look at it.
Okay, by all means.
I mean, it was taken by me.
And what did you write down as to what was taken from the home?
I have to refer to the statement if you want.
Okay, by all means.
This is what was relayed to me.
Right.
Per the statement from the victim. Question, what was taken from your house? Answer, 2 chains, sunglasses, watch, cigarette lighter.
Is that the first page of the statement or the second page of the statement, sir?
That would be the second page.
Okay, the first page of the statement says only one thing was taken, right?
Let me see the first page. Yes, first page says, he went through my medicine under the table. He went through my bedroom.
Doesn't it, the first page also only mention about 2 chains?
Yes,
And so you ask him what was taken, he says 2 chains, right?
yes,
And then you must have asked him again later on because the rest of these things is on the second page, correct?
yes.
And in there, there's nothing making reference to any Xanax pills that was taken, was there?
If you refer to the first paragraph, he says he went through medicine under the table.
Did you understand my question, Detective?
Can you repeat it, please?
I said, there's no mention in there that my client took Xanax pills from him, correct?
Let me refer back to the report.
By all means, look at it again.
His answers were 2 chains, sunglasses, watch, and a cigarette lighter.
Oh.
Those are his answers.
And did you have an occasion to ask him if my client was invited into the home?
I have to refer to this. Yes,
And did he respond in the negative or the positive?
I asked, was this person allowed in the residence? He said yes.
Did you ask him, was he a frequent visitor at the home?
I have to refer to this. No, I did not.
Did you come to the opinion that that the defendant was a frequent visitor at the home?
I did not base an opinion on anything.
Do you have written down anywhere in the notes that you took when he gave you his version of what happened about him finding a mango in his bedroom that he had no idea how it got there?
No,
And let the record reflect that the detective didn't have to look at the report for that.
Didn't or did?
Did not. Okay. Did you have an occasion to ask the complainant if he had proof that these things that he said was taken from his home actually existed and he owned them?
I'm sorry, repeat that again, please?
Did you have an occasion when you interviewed him to ask him if he had proof that these things actually existed and he owned these things that he said was taken from his home?
What proof would he have shown me?
Sir, I'm asking the questions, you give the answer.
Yes,
My question was, did you ask him if he had any proof that any of these items existed that he said was taken from his home?
no,
Did you have an occasion to interview the other gentleman that was in the home at the time of this alleged incident?
no,
In the video, you did not see my client take anything. Let me finish. In the video, you did not see my client take anything from the home that the complainant listed as being taken from his home. Fair statement?
I do not recall the video right now as we speak.
I have no further questions, Judge.
Mr. Kirkland, do you have any questions?
I have no questions.
All right, sir, you can step down.
Thank you.
Mr. Lewis, do you have another witness or any other evidence to produce?
Judge, I have no further witnesses. I would I have no additional evidence other than what I stated. I'm concurring with the prosecutor about the video. And if I may have one moment, Judge, I may do something that hasn't been done in a while. Judge, defense rest.
All right. So here we are. I'm assuming you want me to see the remaining of People's Exhibit A before we go any further. I'll let you guys make your arguments. Mr. Kirk will provide me a copy of A. I'll watch that and I'll make my ruling. Go ahead, Mr.
Your Honor, just to be clear, we're making our arguments now.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the people would ask that the case be found over on all counts. Those would be count 1, home invasion, 2nd degree, and the 2 additional counts, home invasion, 1st degree, and count 3, larceny in the building. As we heard from the witness, he and the defendant are acquaintances. They've been neighbors for several years. At one point during the day, pizza was discussed, and then later on that evening, after the complainant went to bed, he heard a knock on his door. It was the neighbor asking about having pizza. The complainant then ordered pizza, did have the defendant into his home to have the pizza. At some point, the complainant gets tired, asks the defendant if he could walk up after he leaves and after he finishes the pizza. As we saw from the video, the defendant did not leave right away. We see him reaching under the coffee table several times. The complainant testified that he keeps a lot of items under there, including his medicine, which is Xanax. And that he later found 18 pills were missing. Also on the video, we do see the defendant enter the witness's bedroom. As the complainant testified, he did not have permission to enter the bedroom or to take anything from the bedroom. We then see the defendant leave the apartment building. And then a few minutes later, he re-enters the home. And as the complainant testified, he did not have permission to re-enter at this point. At that point, the defendant then re-entered, goes back into the bedroom, again, where the complainant said he did not have permission to enter or to take anything from. We then see, after a few minutes, the defendant leave the bedroom, fumbling with his pockets. The next day, the complainant was alerted that something may be wrong. He found some mango, which he knew that the defendant was eating, and that he himself did not eat, on top of the dresser in his bedroom. He then looked and saw that several items from the dresser drawer were missing. Those included 2 silver necklaces and the gold-plated lighter. He then checked for other items that were missing and found that the 18 pills of Xanax were missing. He stated that the defendant, he then watched the surveillance video and saw the defendant going around his apartment, entering the bedroom. He then spoke with the defendant's father because of previous problems that he was having with the defendant, who advised him to call the police, and he reported the incident and showed the police the video. And so we would ask that, or the people believe that there's a question of fact and a trier of fact, and that they met the burden of probable cause, and would ask that this court find this case over to the circuit on the count as charged and the 2 additional counts.
Mr. Lewis. Judge, as it stands,
Well, let me nail this down. I don't think people met the burden for a home invasion count or a home invasion 2 count. Home invasion 1 or 2, but I do feel that they're in the realm of larceny.
All right, Judge. Judge, there's no proof that my client took anything from this home. Watch the video. The complainant says, and the court knows the size of a mango. It's not something that you can conceal in your hand and take into a bedroom and then plant on the dresser. When he walks out of the living room, he has nothing in his hands. And I do not believe that the entire recording was recorded, Judge, because of the fact of what the prosecutor provided me with is only an hour and 13 minutes. He testified, the complainant testifies that my client didn't have permission to be in the house. You've heard the testimony that, Judge, there is no larceny because of the fact that my client did not take anything, but all you got is his word, and his word, you can base your observations on the way that he was behaving, his answers, his credibility is called into question because he's putting things out there, Judge, that's not even on video. And I go back to the mango, that he's gonna say a mango. What's in the video, my client is looking for something. You never see him pick up anything and put in his pocket. And the fact that he's claiming that they actually ride bikes together and do all this other stuff outside of his house, but he's never invited into the complainant's house. He even says that even when Mr. Kareem is there, he's never invited into the home by Mr. Kareem. I'm gonna sit down, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Howe, you can leave. Thank you so much for participating today.
Thank you.
At this point, I'm gonna hold my ruling in advance so I review the entirety of Exhibit A. You all available Tuesday for, it's just a Zoom rule?
Oh, this by Zoom, Judge, I think it would be, let me check just to make sure.
It's just something that Mr. Perry can file, whether it's a CD or file ASAP.
Yeah, I'm downloading it now. Do you have an email that I can send?
Sure. Larry.Williams, Larry, period, WILLIAMS at 36TH District Court, DISTRICTCOURT.org.
Judge, I have an in-person exam at the 48th District Court at 9:30. So I don't know if you're gonna start your day at 8:30 or not, but if you were to start at
1:30.
Pardon me?
Do it at 1:30.
1:30, I'm free, Judge.
Okay, and we'll zoom in the courtroom, 332, so that's 360.
Right.
332-0000.
1:30, Judge.
I have a ruling for you. As soon as I see that.
Judge, and since the law and the rules of evidence allow, I'm going to submit an order requesting the police notes that the detective was talking about. Because that those are things that does not normally come in the scope.
Consider that for the next.
Okay.
All right, if there is nothing further, then that concludes this hearing.